talking to your plants would be beneficial to them?
Yes.
Well, it does. When you breathe in, you take in oxygen and other gases. But when you breathe out, you release carbon dioxide. So, when you talk to your plants, or exhale on them, they are getting carbon dioxide, which they need in order to do the process of photosynthesis. Pronounce that with me. Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
My name is Skyler Steele, and ever since I was a toddler, I loved to be outside with my shovel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why in the world would a 12-year-old girl like me like to garden so much? Well, it was all because of my Mimi and Mom, who inspired me to work like a bee, especially when it comes to gardening. So today I'm going to be talking to you about something all ladies over 50 love to know about: gardening. First things first, let's talk about something that your garden obviously needs: seeds. If you have one seed that is small and one that is preferably big, then the small one will need to be planted in thin soil or just a tiny bit of thick soil, so it can actually grow. With the big seeds, it's the opposite. You can grow them in thick soil because the bigger the seed, the hardier the seed. So only plant your seeds in soil it can handle. As far as when to plant your seed, all plants are different and will vary in their times of planting. So the best thing to do is to look up when to plant the seed you are planning to plant. Now that you understand the seed, the question is, how do you know what plants to plant? It all depends on what type of garden you are working on. Is it a perennial garden? Maybe an annual? Or even a combination of the sorts? Will you have heirlooms? Hybrids? Let's talk about the difference between a perennial garden and an annual one. Perennial plants are plants that come back every year, such as gladiolas or trumpet vines. Annuals, on the other hand, are plants that live only up to a year and then die. Oh, and for advice on having a beautiful annual garden, plant the taller plants in the back and shorter ones in front. Another thing you will need to know is what an heirloom plant is. An heirloom is a plant or seed that has been passed down for generations. For example, a very famous heirloom plant is the bluebonnet. My point is, any plant can be an heirloom as long as it has been passed down for generations. What is a hybrid? A hybrid is a plant that has been cross-pollinated from two plants of the same family on purpose, so the new plant will have all the good traits in one plant. We all know that there are bugs that do bad things to our garden, so why not just get out the bug spray and doctor them up? Well, there is a better solution. Plants like rosemary, onions, garlic, marigolds, and other plants that keep your garden either pretty or give you food, plus a bug repellent. So it's a great idea to have one or two of these plants on hand when bugs are bad. Now that you know what plants you're going to put in your self-designed garden, it's a good idea to know that some plants will spread their seeds wherever, and I mean anywhere. Some plants, such as bluebonnets or gladiolas, will spread to places that are unwanted. So all you have to do is transplant them or sell them to get some money in your pocket. The thing is, you just need to be careful where you plant contagious plants. You now have what plants you need. Let's get to the fun part of gardening: planting. This is most definitely my favorite part of gardening. Remember, you might be getting your hands dirty when planting, so I suggest you wear gloves to protect your clean hands. The first thing you want to do is to dig a hole twice as big as your plant. Next, throw in some Epsom salt from your neighborhood grocery store, the stuff you use to take a bath, Then, I suggest adding water storing crystals to the hole to keep your plant hydrated and healthy. The last thing you need to do is to plant your hand-selected plant in the ground, add fresh new dirt, and water it all down. What I have taught you today is basic things you need to know in order to begin a healthy and happy garden. I hope you continue your garden with a healthy watering schedule, and now is the time to fertilize for those already made gardens. Don't just take it from me, do your research. Research is a great idea for you to learn more about your new garden. Thank you for your time and happy gardening.